Let me tell you what y'all were doing. Some of y'all, I don't know who it was, but I was given a post that he had made maybe some weeks ago, with the comment of her saying that she found someone new, and then with him saying, "Oh, I found them too," and then there's a car up there with bullets and everything in the car. And then y'all got people laughing and commenting and sharing a post. Who checked in on him? Who asked him why would he be making such posts like that? Why did we egg that on? Who corrected him?
Law enforcement believes that this all got started through a domestic dispute. Now, the Wilson County Sheriff's Office says that 6-year-old is currently undergoing surgery. It's unclear if she's going to live at this point. 2 of the other victims were taken to ECU Health, also undergoing surgery. This was the scene hours later at a home in Wilson County where deputies say that first shooting happened. At 5 this morning, deputies found a man and a woman shot here. The sheriff's office said the suspect, 32-year-old Daquan Jones, then drove off with a woman whom he had a relationship with and her 6-year-old child.
In today's video, we will be in a few places located not too far from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. To the south of the city is a small town called Sharpsburg, North Carolina, with around 2,000 residents in the area. At a home on the 100 block of Weaver Circle, a woman would FaceTime her mother at 5:02 a.m. on August 11, 2024, in a terrified state. The woman was 27-year-old Micaiah Paige Arrington, and she told her mother that she had just been shot. As her mother was listening, she also noticed that her daughter was covered in bodily fluids as she was trying to wrap her head around what was going on. While trying to process all this information, she also wanted to know who shot Micaiah, and the mother would later learn that her daughter being shot was a part of a bigger crime that left 3 unalive and another in the hospital fighting for their life. Sunday morning, August 11, 2024, will be a day forever haunting for multiple families across parts of North Carolina. A man who many people love never thought he would take things to the horrifying level he did on that summer day. 32-year-old Daquan Jones from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, was a man that appeared to have a bigger-than-life personality. Now, according to loved ones, he was one of the sweetest, positive, kind, intelligent, funny, light-hearted men. Another loved one also said that he was a good person full of laughter and enjoyed getting together with family and just vibing out with the people he knew. Those who shared these things wrote their feelings on Facebook with multiple other people after Daquan did the unthinkable. Though many also knew that behind his laughter there was some darkness haunting him, they never foresaw the havoc he would take out on so many. See, Daquan had been in a long-time relationship with a now 27-year-old Kiera Massenburg, who was also from the Rocky Mount area. The pair shared a 6-year-old daughter, Zoe, and Kiera also had a son that was a few years older than her daughter, with a different father. Over the course of Daquan and Kiera's dating, he would sometimes make some eerie posts on social media that would lead some to believe that he had an unhealthy mindset when it came to his relationship. One post he made said, "Imagine you doing you, then boom, I mess around and put you both in the ICU." This post was in March of 2018. Then another post said, "This relationship don't work, I gotta unalive her." This was back when Kiera was 8 months pregnant with his daughter in June 2018. That is literally just 2 examples of what Daquan was truly feeling years before he snapped. In regards to Kiera, she was said to be a beautiful person inside and out. She absolutely adored her 2 kids and even shared her birthday, June 8th, with her son, making the special day more special. However, and regretfully, June 8th, 2024 was the last birthday the pair would share together on this side of Earth. Kiera and Daquan's relationship had become more and more unhealthy as time went forward, and through everything, they both were trying to make it work. On July 9th, 2024, Daquan, who goes by Shy, wrote on Facebook and said, "Through the ups and downs, good times and bad times, I got the one I wanted. I got the one I constantly go to war with and will go to bat for, constantly challenging each other to be better and do better. We ain't have it all, nor do we now, but what we've built together, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. Kiera herself hearted the post, so the couple seemed to be trying to hang in there for the long haul. However, was Kiera truly happy, and did she really want to continue the relationship with Daquan? According to court records, Daquan was charged with DV inflicting serious bodily injuries after deputies say he punched Kiera in the face on July 24, 2024. The official document stated that Daquan knocked out Kiera's teeth and fractured her nose. This horrific attack was literally less than 2 weeks after the post he made. But I'm here to tell you that love does not knock your teeth out, and love does not hurt. No one wants to be treated in such a way, and if someone that claims they love you does such a thing, it's not love. That is an unhealthy infatuation. Then back in 2019, Daquan was convicted of DV on a female and false imprisonment, according to state records. Even so, he had many more arrests for crimes against Kiera. His behavior was definitely a telltale sign of a major problem in their relationship. One loved one said he changed after losing his mother and needed help mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Daquan was said to cry on the shoulders of those who he could trust, and allegedly many people tried to help him until they couldn't. So by all accounts, he had the support system, but chose the wrong decisions. The man that was supposed to protect and care for his family did the complete opposite in August of 2024. Things were already bad after years and years of DV, but Daquan would make one last post that was completely disturbing. He shared a car shot up, and under the post it said, "Her, I found somebody else. Me, I found him too." And Daquan wrote, "And I'll be down there to the ICU to finish the job if you survive." By all accounts, he was not going to let Kiera just leave him, and his actions often showed it. On August 10, 2024, Daquan would get out of jail after the attack on Kiera in July. At some point after his release, he came in contact with Kiera and his 6-year-old daughter Zoey. According to authorities, Daquan was only out of jail a few hours before going on a DV rampage. He went in the home on the 100 block of Weaver Circle, shot not only Kiera, but he shot his 6-year-old daughter Zoey, his 30-year-old friend Devontae Ricks, and his other friend that I spoke about in the beginning of the video, 27-year-old Micaiah Paige Arrington. From there, authorities were notified and Daquan fled with Kiera and Zoey to the south of Rocky Mount and went to a home in Nash County and dropped his injured daughter off. The home was allegedly his sister's home, and Zoey was still fighting for her life. She would be rushed to the hospital, still clinging to life, when her dad took off to another home in Nash County with Kiera in the backseat of the car. By this time, police knew he was the suspect, and a plan of action was put into place to apprehend him. Once police arrived at the home in Nash County, deputies found Kiera tragically unalive in the backseat of Daquan's car at the home on Jamie Road. Then deputies heard a shot ring out, and these found Daquan unalive in a bedroom from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. In total, there were 4 people shot by Daquan: his friend Devontae Ricks, who is still in the hospital in critical condition fighting for his life, then friend Micaiah Paige Arrington, who was also shot in the back of her neck and the bullet went through her face, but now thankfully she is recovering at home. Sadly, Kiera could not be saved, and on August 12th, just one day after the shooting, at 6:07 p.m., sweet little Zoey lost her fight and went to be with the Lord. This man has torn up so many people's world and left multiple others traumatized by his actions. The mother of Micaiah gave more insight to the horrific day and what many loved ones had to experience that sad day.
But I got a call. I actually got a FaceTime at 5:02 a.m. on August the 11th with my daughter covered in, telling me to help her. She can't breathe. That her friend shot her. So I'm just waking up. So I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking, well, why are you calling me? Did you call the police? Did you call the ambulance? Because I couldn't just put my hands on her. She told me she had called. So I'm worrying about my grandbaby Bella, which is her daughter, who is 5 years old. She had no idea where she was at. And automatically my heart probably done hit my feet a couple of times. I was in a mild panic, trying to stay calm, but either way, thank God for a friend who only stayed a little ways from me, came to get me to get to my daughter. But when I got there, she was already in the ambulance. There was tape all around. They would not let me go past the tape. And somebody was her best friend had Bella. So I had to get Bella. We was leaving. Bella was trying to tell me what happened because I didn't know anything other than my child had got shot. She could not breathe. She was scared. I was scared. She called my sister. I don't know if Kiera, I just thank God because I'm like, I don't know what it feels like to be close to death, and that's nothing I'm really trying to think about. But I guess if you had a few moments to call the loved ones or the people that you know love you, then that would be the ideal thing, to let them know that you love them and you care for them. And so I don't know if those were her thoughts, but that's my thought. And she thought about her mama because she know her mama love her. She know her mama try to correct her, keep her in line, love her, all those good things. And even when they don't listen to us, they truly think about us when they in trouble. So thanks be to God that she did call me. But when she said she could not breathe and I could not get there, I'm going to tell you right now, because I couldn't get there. And we know that God is omnipresent. He is always everywhere. I called on Jesus. I called Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's who I called. Because I couldn't get to it fast enough. So, to God be the glory that she is alive. She got a long way to go, I'm sure. And my heart aches so badly for Kiera and Zoey. Zoey was a friend of my grandbaby. My grandbaby witnessed it. And so she's going to need help. My daughter's going to need help. We praying for Ricks to pull through. We know that God is able. I'm trusting that God is going to continue to keep him covered as he is fighting for his life. And my heart also goes out to Shy's family as well. What he did was terrible. It was terrible. No excuse for it. But at the end of the day, he still had people that loved him. He got people who are probably in shock and feel bad for even the ones that he harmed. So this is a time for us to come together. I know that there's a GoFundMe page out for the baby, for Zoey and Kiera. But there is also a GoFundMe page for Shy. I want y'all to not point fingers. We not doing no blaming, okay? We understand what has taken place, but I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff that we don't know about. Because I know I don't know the entire story. I don't know all the in-betweens. I know bits and pieces. I've heard certain things. But regardless of all of that, at the end of the day, we have lost 3 lives and 2 that could have possibly died. And so, as a community, it is our right to come together the best way we can to make it as easy. Because this is not easy. I'm at work, but it ain't easy. This is just how I deal with, my own feelings, when I'm going through, I have to keep busy. So I'm choosing to work. And everybody have their own way of grieving and going through, you know, whatever is hard for them, and I understand that. But what I don't want y'all to do is, you know, post things negative against Shy. Nothing negative against Kiera. These, from my understanding, they had to love each other, y'all. At some point, there is what they felt like was love for each other. Now, whether they had that relationship together, wherever the violence and stuff came through, I don't know. But they felt something for each other. And so, it's sad that whatever he was feeling, because my daughter is confused at why he would even shoot her. She pleaded for her life. And by the grace of God, for whatever reason, I thank him that he left and walked out. So, but my heart still aches for the whole family, because I know that they have lost somebody, and I didn't lose my child, but I could have. But the fact that she's still alive and well, there's work to be done. We can't keep talking. We can't keep saying what we would have done or could done. It's time to put some action to all this talking. Yes, it's probably going viral and people seeing it, but people don't know how we are feeling on the inside. With all these different stories, and you can't believe everything that the media putting out here, you know, because I've heard it firsthand. So it even saddens me. I found out today that Shy's sister is my client. Now look how God brought this full circle. Not only did he wait, because I was supposed to do her hair yesterday, but unfortunately she couldn't come because they were in the process of deciding about Zoey, and she ended up getting her hair done today. And I knew that she felt, you know, she seemed a little down, and I just have that, you know, I can feel a little energy. I know when it's off because she's usually smiling and we, you know, everything. So I knew something was off. And she got teary-eyed, and we just was talking about the situation. I asked her, I said, did you know the people? And she tells me, she says, yes, she knew everybody. I was like, oh, wow. So we just talking about it. And then we started talking about mental health and the struggles that we have when we're struggling with some things, and there's nobody, there's not really that resource that's available for us. Or if we're trying to help somebody and give them a resource, but then they don't take our advice and use the resources that are available to them, then what do you do? Because we can't make people do anything. I can't make my daughter go to the hospital. I can't make her seek therapy. I can't make her, but I can advise it. I can love her. I can tell her all these things to do. But until she or he or whoever decides that they want to move forward and do the things they need to do in order to help their own mental, then there's nothing that you can do. All you can do is love them. You can pray for them, but the ultimate decision is up to them. They have to make that decision to say, I want to be better. I need to do better. And a lot of times we cope by taking drugs and drinking and partying, and that actually probably is the worst thing that we could do. But those are some of the coping mechanisms that people choose to do. So let me tell you, the person, that was her brother. It was her brother. Her brother shot my daughter. And y'all know what I did? I embraced her. I embraced her because she hurting. She don't understand. She's scared. She feeling lonely because she's thinking that people are against her because something that her brother chose to do. That was her brother's decision. That was not hers. She wanted help for him. She wanted him to be better. But he made that decision. Right? We probably wanted Kiera to get out of that relationship. She knew it was toxic. But she made the decision to stay there. But guess what we did? We gonna still love them through it. We still gonna pray for them. Because there was nothing that we could do. That's their decision. At the end of the day, it's their decision. And I hate that it went this way. I hate that it went this way. But we're not pointing fingers. We're not blaming.
Loved ones would describe Kiera as a devoted mother, a cherished friend, and a pillar of strength for all who knew her. Her child, Zoey, was a bright and innocent soul who brought joy and love into the lives of everyone she met. The bond they shared was unbreakable, and their loss leaves an irreplaceable void in the hearts of those who love them, the family said. Sadly, again, I feel the system failed Kiera and Zoey because after being arrested many times, and the last situation being a felony charge, he was still able to get out and take the lives of 2 people and shoot 2 others. What he did was cowardly for sure, and he should have just moved on, but now it's too late. My thoughts and prayers are with all involved or affected by this horrible crime spree. Please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for all of these families in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.